Hey everyone, can you guys hear me okay? Let's see here, we got Crystal from Flat Tire Farms is in the house. We got Follow Alaska, thank you for joining. And we got P&J's Homestead Adventures, how are you tonight? So it's been a little bit on the chilly side up here. This morning when I woke up, it was negative 36 degrees. And that is chilly. Give me 1 second here. Can you guys see me and hear me? I see DJ's Adventures is here. And Monica Lynn from Alaska My Heart.
I was born and raised in Juneau. I have some.
Forgot to turn the volume down on my phone. How are you? That's good, Monica. Thanks for letting me know you can hear me. Let's see here. So, yeah, as I was saying, it was a little bit on the cold side this morning. Negative. Get my beer ready. Negative 36 this morning, and then it was negative 30s most of the day. And right now it's negative 23. And this is pretty much the warmest part of the day. It got to negative 22. So really cold out today. And it's supposed to be like this tomorrow and Saturday also. So it's going to be cold. Let's see here. Hey, Billy Sutton, thank you for joining. Glad to see you in here. Looks like we got 11 people in here. And I don't see anyone else at the moment that I haven't said hi to. Let's see here. Okay, you need it turned up a little bit. How's that? Is that better? I'm just looking down through the chat to make sure I didn't miss anyone. Hey, Chris Schultz, how are you? Is this your first time in here? I don't recognize your name, so I think it's your first time here. Well, thank you for joining. And I hope you enjoy yourself. And I want to ask a question for everyone. Who saw my short that I released today? Who watched my short that I released? Well, welcome, Chris, and I hope you like my channel and like my lives. I go live every Thursday at 5 o'clock Alaska time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So, depending on where you are in the world. And a few people said they saw my short. I did something today since it was so cold out that I've never done before. Just things never lined up so I could do it before. Okay. Well, let me pull this down a little bit. Is this better? Can you hear me a little bit better now? Yeah, because it was so cold, it was in the mid-negative 30s. I did something for the first time today. I boiled some water and went outside and threw it up in the air. And it just vaporized instantly. It was so cool. It was the first time I ever seen that, or first time I ever actually did it. And the reason is up until about a year ago or so, I lived in Anchorage, Anchorage doesn't get that cold. They usually get a couple weeks where the temperatures are maybe in the minus teens, and you need like -30 or colder for that to actually work right. And every time I was out in this area or up at my cabin or anything when it was this cold, either I didn't have access to water or I was busy doing other things and things like that. So I was finally able to do the boiling water trick up over my head. It was so cool to actually see it in person and do it. So I was extremely excited. And that video got a lot of views. It's 1,800 views right now, a little over 1,800 views. So if you haven't seen it, please go and check it out, and feel free to share it on your social medias. I would love to get that over a few thousand views here within the day. And then I got 2 more shorts coming out this week. One tomorrow night, and one I believe it is Saturday coming out. So definitely look for those. I am working on the video for this channel. It's going a little bit slow, and part of the reason is just it's so cold outside. I need to do a little bit more filming, but it's hard to get out and film when it's this cold out. Hey, Matt1791 Garage, thank you for joining. Is AK Dog Mom going to be joining tonight? And I don't think I've missed anyone's questions, but if I did, please ask them again. Hey, DJ's Adventures and Beyond is getting close to 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations on that. Bill, how much snow? We got about a solid 3 feet on the ground. So I would say upper 30 inches, maybe pushing 40 inches or so. So we're definitely doing good. We're still low on snow though. We should have at least another foot of snow on the ground. And for us to get another foot on the ground, it has to snow another couple feet because it'll compact in on itself. Okay, thanks. Matt1791 said AK Dog Mom's going to be joining here shortly. And people are saying hi to each other. Matt's 1791 Garage said, I posted a short doing the boiling water toss challenge. It didn't turn out so well. It was 50 degrees. Yeah, that would not turn out too well. Hey, Bright Azelle, how are you? Thank you for joining. I think this is your first time. I don't remember seeing your name in the chat before. So thank you for joining, and I hope you enjoy my live. I go live every Thursday at this time. So depending on where you are in the world, I go live at the top of the hour. Matt1791 go ahead said, that dumb short got thousands of views. I believe it. I believe it. Some of the dumbest things will get the most views on YouTube. It's kind of backwards, I think, but it works, so it's cool. So let's see here. We got 20 people in the chat, or 20 people viewing, so thank you all for joining. And for those not chatting, just sitting in the background, well, thank you also. Hey, Dog Man, how are you? I see Mama V's getting her roof put on. So I'm glad to see that. And glad to see that you were taking care of that one stray dog that's in the area. That's sad. That dog was so skinny and everything. AK Dog Mom is here. Welcome. PJ's Homestead Adventure says, Bill, we are still looking at grass. That sucks for middle of the winter time. Hey, DJ's Adventures and Beyond says, yeah, I've got more videos coming soon. And plus, I'm really considering doing morning live streams on the weekends. That's cool. The morning time is, I think, an open time for a lot of live streams. Not the dog man said, yeah, it's a common sight here about stray dogs and things like that in his area. And from what I've heard, it is. There's stray dogs all over Arkansas, unfortunately. My volume is still really low? Jeez. Let me see here. How's this? Is this better? I turned it up a bunch. So, let's see here. Everybody saying hi to each other. DJ's Adventures and Beyond said, at Flat Tire Farm, I just subbed to your channel. Well, thank you for doing that from her. From Crystal and Reeve. They're a really good couple. Man, that's weird that my volume is so low. It shouldn't be. How's this? Is this a little bit better? I keep turning it up. I don't want to turn it up too much and blast everyone away. Let me see here. Yeah, everything is turned up. Can you hear me better now? Am I nice and loud? Is this better? Or is this too quiet, or did you notice a change? Perfect? Okay, can you still hear me good? Can you hear me? Okay, I think I was using the volume on my GoPro instead of this. Yeah, I think that's it. I got the right one on now. Man, too many settings on this software. I'm still learning it. the dog man said, yes, eardrum gone now. Oh, I'm sorry about that, but if it's too loud, let me know. I can always turn it down some. Yeah, Matt, I got a podcast station, that's for sure. Maybe not a radio station, but a podcast station. And make sure you look at Flat Tire Farm Homesteading Alaska's posts. She's dropping a lot of links for various people, so definitely check them all out, well, if you haven't already done so. And let's see here. What else is going on in my world? Not much. Just trying to get through this cold. My shower drain is trying to freeze up. It's having a little bit of a hard time because I'm putting a little bit of a the like animal safe RV antifreeze down the drain to keep it from freezing up. But as long as I use it every couple of days, it's keeping unfrozen, staying unfrozen. Underneath the cabin is 16.3 degrees, and outside is negative 23.5. So underneath the cabin is 16 degrees right now, so it's getting cold. One of the top priorities this summer is to get heat down there for next fall, next winter. I can't go another winter without heat down there, that's for sure. how is your dad now, Monica Lynn? Hey, Dogman says in Arkansas it's 70 degrees where he's at in Arkansas. Wow, big difference. That's a 93-degree difference between here and there. And this morning it probably was 100 and some degree difference. Billy Sutton says, Paula, I hope you get to feeling better soon. Let's see here. Skipping over some of these. And Monica Lynn says her dad's great now. His surgery went well and he's now cancer free. That's great news. That's really good news. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, Follow Alaska is saying it could get as low as negative 45 tonight. And I saw some other areas in this general area was posting pictures of their thermometers in the negative low 40s. So there's a few areas around that's even colder than where I'm at. It got to, the coldest I saw my thermometer was negative 36 point something this morning. So it was cold. And I think tonight is supposed to be the coldest night out of the last night, tonight, and tomorrow night. So it should possibly hit negative 40 here tonight. And Matt 1791 Garage says, "Gotcha sub, Dogman." You got another subscriber there, Dogman. Yeah, it's still actually daylight out. I looked over, it was I could still see the sun at about 4:30 today, 4:40, somewhere right in there. So that's outside the window right now. Nice sunset. So we got lots of snow out there, and it's just getting into the snowy season. Usually February and March we get a lot of snow. You're welcome, Dogman. Or I guess yours today. To take care of dogs, is that correct? PJ's Homestead Adventure says, Bill, at my Alaska, wow, cold temperatures, 35 here, no snow. It looks like spring. Crazy winter here. Beautiful view. Yep. It's been crazy all around. Monica Lynn's asking if I've seen any moose here recently. She had 3 coyotes run in front of her truck today. Excuse me. I have not seen any, but I did see some tracks down my driveway a few days ago when we got a big dump over the weekend, and I had to plow my driveway. I released a short earlier in the week of the snow and everything, and I had to plow out the driveway, and I did see some fresh tracks when I did that. So, but I haven't actually seen any. And Dogman, yes, I use Starlink. It was a Starlink or DSL, and DSL wasn't working the best, so I switched over to Starlink. We're supposed to be getting fiber here in the next couple years. Next, I would say 2 to 5 years, we'll have fiber here. So I'm going to take my Starlink up to my remote cabin. And don't forget, I have a second channel, just like Streamlabs posted right there. It's called Digging Alaska, and it's all about my excavator work. So if you feel so inclined, please feel free to subscribe. There's not much on there. There are some channels. Most of the stuff is just from last couple years of using a rental excavator and bulldozer and stuff. But this summer there'll be fresh content going up on it. And I'm actually working on editing one video right now of plowing out the driveway and moving all the snow with the excavator. So I'm working on that right now. It should be up sometime. Maybe this weekend, maybe next week sometime. And Dogman says, that's what I have, expensive, but fiber here in a few months. Yeah. Actually, for me, the equipment was expensive because I bought the business equipment, but I got the consumer connection plan, and it's only $90 a month, which is actually cheaper than what I was paying for DSL when I had DSL for a few months. So. And Follow Alaska says, Dogman just subbed. Looking forward to checking out your channel. Fun fact from Monica Lynn. I've never seen a moose in person. I've seen many, many animals, but not a moose. Well, Monica Lynn, you need to come up to Alaska, and we'll make sure you see one. Let's see here. Dogman said, was fine till I mentioned internet. Oops. Yeah, Matt 1791 Garage says, moose are awesome to see from a distance. I prefer seeing moose on my dinner plate, but that's a little bit different. And Billy Sutton said he saw one over 40 years ago hiking in the Grand Tetons. Yeah, Dogman said, I saw a moose in northern Minnesota on Canadian border drinking from a pond in forest. Oh, hey, Dogman, would you do me a favor and send Drew a text saying that I'm live? He mentioned a week or two ago that he always misses my lives, so if you wouldn't mind sending him a text right now and let him know that I'm live, if he's free. He could be at Mama V's though, I don't know. Billy Sutton, Paulo would love to visit my friends here. Yep. And Crystal from Flat Tire Farm says, we saw 3 moose yesterday. They are my yard buddies. Just watch out your dogs. Moose don't like dogs of any kind. They think they're wolves and gonna get eaten, so they attack dogs. So if you're ever around to see a moose somewhat close up and you have a dog, protect your dog. The dog man says there were 2, so he saw meeses. He saw a meese instead of a moose. And Follow Alaska says, we got fiber out here this fall, and it has been a game changer. Yeah, the uploads are so much faster. I can't wait till we get fiber here, but it'll be a few years. What's nice is where I live is a little bit on the main thoroughfare, so it'll be the first ones to get it. Yeah, Dogman says Starlink is fast, but uploading videos vary. Yeah, download absolutely 0 issues downloading, but it's uploading that is less than 10% as fast. And Flat Tire Farms, Homestead, Alaska says, and for those that go commando, well, be adventurous and order something for the love of God at Matt's 1791 Garage. Nothing like feeling free, says Monica Lynn. And the dog man says, if a bunch of gooses are geese, then a bunch of mooses are meese. Yep, I agree. Skipping down through some of these. Crystal from Flat Tire Farm says, when I was little and lived in Anchorage, my dad let a moose in our Arctic entry. But then again, he was nuts. No clue where I got it from, though. And for those of you that don't know what an Arctic entry is, it's basically the entrance to a house, but it's closed in. It's like a little closed-in room that is unheated. So you can like come into that little room from the outside, close the door. Often you hang up your coats and boots and stuff, and then you open up another door and go actually inside the house. It's kind of like a wind break and a temperature break also. Everyone's talking about union suits. I think I missed something on that one. And Follow Alaska says, an old timer once told me that we all have to be a little crazy to live here. That's true. Oh yeah, Flat Tire Farm says it's also called a mudroom in most of the United States. So it's just an enclosed room, basically a mudroom. Oftentimes mudrooms aren't always totally enclosed, but ours are normally up here. So Monica Lynn says, headed to the matching union suit store. Matt 1791 Guide says, crazy is underrated and normal is overstated. Oh my gosh, the Flat Tire Farm union suits. And Monica Lynn says, I'm just a nerd. Let's see here. Does any of you guys have, what is it, freeze dryers? Let me know if you have a freeze dryer or if you ever used a freeze dryer. Hey, High Life on the High Line, thank you for joining. I just asked if anyone's used a freeze dryer. And I'm guessing no one's used a freeze dryer. How a freeze dryer works, but from my understanding, is it creates a vacuum. You put your food in, close the door, it creates a vacuum, and then it gets down to negative 10 degrees, and then it circulates the air around. Well, I don't have a freeze dryer, but I'm trying to freeze dry food outside with a fan blowing across it. And I figure I have till sometime Saturday afternoon to get this experiment completed to see if I can freeze dry food without a freeze dryer, just using the temperatures. I know the vacuum helps to pull the moisture out of the food that you put in there, but I figure since it's negative 30 or colder most of the time, at least negative 20 and colder, that maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. We'll see. It's going to be in a video, or it should be in a video coming up here shortly in the next few weeks. So stick around and see if it actually works or not. I've often wondered if you could freeze dry food without a freeze dryer. And AK Dog Mom, too expensive to own a freeze dryer and run one. Yeah, it is expensive and uses a lot of electricity. Monica Lynn says, yes, P&J, I want one of those freeze dryers. And P&J's Homestead says, freeze dryer is in our 5-year plan. Let's see here. Follow Alaska says, I looked at the harvest rate, but they are very pricey. Yeah, that's what I've heard. But apparently they're like the leader in freeze dryers. And Matt 1791 Garage says, Tractor Supply has a harvest rate, but over $2,500. Yeah, that's a lot. Unless you're going to use it all the time, that is a lot. Monica Lynn says, yep, harvest rate looks easy, but yes, it's pricey. And Flat Tire Farm says the medium freeze dryer maxes out their system. And the reason it maxes out their system, if you don't know, is Flat Tire Farm is completely off grid. So. And P&J says, since they don't have a freeze dryer, they dehydrate in the meantime. And the Dog Man says, now is the time to stock up on as much food as possible. I've been stocking canned goods, rice, and beans like mad. This year we will see crazy issues, I bet. I definitely bet, Dog Man. I've been stocking some, but I really don't have any place to store anything, unfortunately, at the moment. Once I get my permanent home built, I'm going to definitely look into stocking a lot. I would like to get a several-year stock going, but that'll have to wait. And I got to just hope and pray that nothing too serious happens. Flat Tire Farm says at Matt 1791 Garage, I paid $3,500 for a medium and paid $600 plus to ship it here for a freeze dryer. And Follow Alaska says, plus the power it takes to run it. Ouch. And Matt 1791 Garage says, yep, basement full of stored food. Dog Man. Soon I am going to build a huge food pantry in the center of my kitchen. Or center of my cabin, I'm sorry. Monica Lynn. Holy cow, Flat Tire Farms. Yeah, that is expensive what they paid. Yes, dehydrating is much easier and cost effective. That is true. And Flat Tire Farm says, we are working on a way to justify and offset the costs. We're getting close. Hopefully you guys can do it. Well, guys, I have to run, unfortunately. XOXO to all, and take care, Bill. Well, thank you, Monica Lynn, for joining in. Have a good night. Everyone saying goodbye to Monica Lynn. And the Dog Man says, at least buy some food-grade buckets and stock beans. Yeah, I hear you. I am stocking up some stuff, but it's minimal, and it's definitely stuff that I will eat for sure, and not like accessory stuff. So I am doing a little bit of stocking of accessories and things like that, and getting in a place where I can be self-sufficient. That's my main goal this summer. Getting some animals here on the homestead. Estella Knox, thank you for joining tonight. And hi, it's been so long, I forget your name, but glad to see you. Almost missed your live. Keep warm and safe. God bless. Estella Knox, my name is Bill. So thank you for joining again. It has been a while since you've been in live. Possibly before Christmas, and I did take 3 weeks off over Christmas, so that might be why. Yeah, P&J's Homestead Adventures, aka Dog Mom. Someday we will get one. Just not a priority right now with their price tag. Yeah, definitely. And aka Dog Mom definitely would love one if the price comes down. Yep, and the dog man says survival is about living, not eating gourmet food. That is true. And Ace, how are you tonight? Thank you for joining. I'm doing pretty good, trying to stay warm. Today the high temperature was negative 23 degrees, or maybe negative 22 degrees, somewhere in there. The low temperature was negative 36 this morning. So it's pretty cold out. And this is one of the warmer days. Tomorrow is supposed to be a lot colder, so. Yeah, Matt 1791 Garage said the tricky part is building up a storage of multiple fuel supplies. One of the good fuel supplies to get is get a flat of the sterno cans, and then get a few jugs of the refillable sterno goo that you can dump in and light. That's definitely a very compact way and shelf stable way to keep a cooking system. So if you know what sternos are, those are the little cans under the buffet bins that you see with the little flame going. They just have a gel inside that burns. So you can get a case of them, which is probably 24, I think, in a case. And then you can get like half-gallon jugs of the refillable gel that goes in them. So I plan on looking at getting some of those just to stock up and have in case. Flat Tire Farm says that the dog man, yes, 365 pounds of potatoes later. Guess what's for dinner? Haha. People are saying hi. The dog man. Matt, I have many battery banks and solar panels if needed. Fuel is tricky to store. Propane lasts forever, so best choice. Yes. I have several propane bottles here and at my remote cabin, and as long as they don't get a hole in them, propane lasts forever. Unlike gasoline, diesel, and some other stuff, propane never goes bad. Matt 1791's Garage says at Flat Tire Farm, the potato harvest video. And the dog man says, and don't forget to store garden and herb seeds. Yeah, store a lot of seeds to so you can plant a garden. Definitely start planting gardens. Learn how to grow your own food. Crystal says we added a stabilizer to gasoline at the remote cabin, so it's good for years. Usually gas is only good for 1 year. That is true. I have gotten a couple years out of gas as long as you don't open it and you keep it out of sunlight. You can get a few years out of gas if it's in an airtight container. Then Matt 1791 Garage says, yeah, an underground 1,000-pound propane tank. That's what I'm looking to get here. 1,000-pound or possibly bigger propane tank. And that's going to be in a year or two that I want to get that. At Flat Tire Farm, Alaska Prepper does a few videos on using the freeze dryer and how long it takes to break in. Yeah, Alaska Prepper's a pretty good channel. I've watched a lot of his stuff. So, yeah, he's a pretty good channel. He's out of the Fairbanks area. And Flat Tire Farm says that, aka Dog Man, but not with the variables we have. Yep. Yeah, Dogman says get as many noise bangers as you can afford because those that have not will want to have some. Definitely. And DJ's Adventures and Beyond, yeah, I'm looking to be even more self sufficient as possible. Yeah, definitely a good idea to be self sufficient. I mean, it's impossible to be 100% self sufficient nowadays because you got to rely on someone for something, but you can be pretty close to self sufficient. Well, if you think about it, even people back in the 17 and 1800s had to rely on some people for something, for the most part. Unless you wanted to hunt with bow and arrow and you made all your clothes out of the animals you killed and stuff like that, then you got to rely on other people for a little bit, anyways. Yeah, I'm at 1791 garage. Since we're working on plans to move up to AK, I'll invest in solar once up there. Wouldn't it be a bad idea to get one of those solar battery banks, those portable battery banks that you can charge up with a solar panel? You should, if you move up here, you should seriously consider getting those and buying that now and bringing it up with you because it costs double up here. So anything with lithium batteries, it's a good idea to buy down in the lower 48 and bring up with you. Hey, Lynn Thompson, thank you for joining. Lynn says, getting here late to the party, but glad to be here. And also, Alaska Prepper is a good channel to watch a lot of information. Yes. Alaska Prepper has a lot of good information. He's ex-military and he believes in being self-sufficient. Flat Tire Farm says, when we moved out here, we did try a TP substitute. On a completely unrelated matter, I recommend not trying moss. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. And the Dogman says, I was in bad times, or I was back in my 20s instead of being almost realize how fragile. Oh, the Dogman. Yeah, that's true. It's a lot easier to cope with bad times when you're young than when you get old. 1791 Garage and Flat Tire Farm and all others, nice to see you here. Matt 1791 Garage says, we know a really good guy, Jason Murphy. The Dogman. Even the battery banks have a limited life, but they do help, yeah. And if you keep them in a conditioned area and you don't use them very often, they last a lot longer. Why I admire the folks in AK, being prepared is just a way of life, a necessity. That is true, Matt 1791 Garage. And the Dogman says, I quit buying TP 10 years ago. I used paper towels. I did it 14 years in the Army and still softer than what they had. Yep. And Flat Tire says, you two know a lot of, quote, guys. And the Dogman says, paper towels are cheaper and get more bang for the buck. let's see here. We got 18 people here watching the chat, so thank you all for watching the chat. And if this is your first time, consider subscribing to my channel. It would be appreciated. And I'm putting out content, and I think I'm putting out good content, and I'm going to try to put out even better content this coming year. So definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already. And Flat Tire Farm says that's way of life here, community. A says camping as a kid, that had me and my brothers gather soft big leaves. If there wasn't a flush toilet where we camped, softer the better. Yep, as a kid I used maple leaves and oak leaves before. When you gotta go out in the woods. The dog man says, but I'm single. Lady folk may not like paper towels. Yeah, you probably should keep a couple rolls of toilet paper around just in case. Matt 1791 Garage says at Flat Tire Farm, love the way everyone looks out for each other. Need more of that. Yeah, I agree. There's too many people who have zero sense of community anymore. And the dog man says that save your old socks with holes. Yeah. And Crystal at Flat Tire Farm says the dog man, it's got to be better than that moss. Holy buckets. Hey, there's a little sticks in there. Dogman just scoots on the grass like a dog. That's funny. Yeah, I haven't been up to my remote cabin. I was gonna go up this weekend for sure, but since it's gonna be so cold, nothing's gonna happen up there. So I figure I might as well just stay down here and try to get some editing done. I edit on a desktop, not a laptop, so it's not like I could take it up with me. So I decided just to stay down here. I've only been up to the cabin twice with snow on the ground. So, well, 3 times, I guess. One time was just overnight. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting up to the cabin some. I hope this cold snap breaks and we get regular winter temperatures in the teens and 20s. We'd love to get up to the cabin more often and go on a few adventures, but it's a little chilly out when it's negative 20 and negative 30 to be going on adventures. If something bad happened, you don't have very long, and walking for an hour is not a very viable thing when it's negative 30 degrees outside. The dog man says, how come no other beings need to wipe? First question I'm going to ask God when I die. Yeah, humans are the only ones that wipe. No other species on Earth actually wipes. That is a good question. I guess probably back in the caveman days, they probably didn't wipe either. A says, that dog man, I saw that sort of thing today in Possum Run Mama V's video today. Fire hydrant, laugh out loud. And yeah, dog man, I started watching Mama V's video today of you helping her get the lumber for her roof. Well, Crystal says, well, at the Dog Man, it's because we cover our wiping area. The rest of the creatures just let it hang out. Well, be sure to not just drop in on you because I don't want to see you and Mr. Reeve walking around naked out there. Matt 1791 Garage says, at Flat Tire Farm, good heavens, not 80 grit, just the 800 grit for buffing. And the Dog Man says, yeah, I can't pass up a good hydrant. Ace is sitting back laughing. So I'm curious, what's the coldest temperature everyone's been in? Like, been outside in? I think today could have probably tied my mark. I know I was out in about negative 35 degree weather years ago. And today was negative 35 when I was outside. Crystal at Flat Tire Farm says negative 49 degrees. The Dog Man 45 below in Minnesota. And Dog Man, I'm drinking Omissions Ultimate IPA. Omissions, I drink Omissions because it's a regular brewed beer, and then they remove the gluten out of it. I have a mild gluten issue, so I avoid gluten most of the time. And when I'm drinking beer really messes me up. I can drink maybe one or two regular beers, but even with two beers, I sometimes can feel it the next day. So I drink the Omissions, and then I can have several and not feel it the next day. So that's why I drink Omissions, because it's a gluten-free beer. And it's pretty much the only gluten-free beer that doesn't taste horrible, since it is a regular beer brewed without gluten. Let's see here. Flat Tire Farm says the reef has been in negative 70 or so. Yeah, that's cold. P&J's Homestead Adventure says negative 20 is the lowest. And the Dog Man says, I never heard of that gluten guy until a few years ago. A says, nostrils froze together or below that in Iowa 1978. Must have been cold. Matt 1790 Garage said, I went skiing once in negative 70. Once. Wow, that would be cold to go skiing. And Dogman says, I quit beer 6 years ago. Too expensive. It is expensive. But it's one of the few vices I have. I don't eat very much candy and stuff like that, so I can buy a case of beer and it'll last a month. So it's not a real expensive hobby for me. I'm not downing a 6-pack every night or anything like that. AK Dog Mom says negative 20 is the lowest for her. And then Crystal is asking, what's too hot for everyone? How hot is too hot? Or maybe what's the hottest temperature you've been in just outside? And I know I've been in 100 in the teens, low teens, somewhere like 112, 113. maybe 115, somewhere in there. That's the hottest I've been in. And Matt 1790 Garage 1791 Garage says, I draw the line for summer heat at 65 to 70 degrees. Well, you need to move up here then. Even then, it gets to be in the 80s sometimes. Hey, Sand Dollar J, how are you? Thank you for joining. And if this is your first time in one of my lives, thank you for joining. And I hope, if you're not already subscribed, I hope you consider subscribing. I go live every Thursday night at 5 p.m. Alaska or 9 p.m. Eastern. So please consider joining next week at this time. AK Dog Mom says, I can't do heat. Anything over 70 is too hot. And at negative 70 degrees, Reef said you could pee and it would freeze before hitting the ground. I believe that. And the Dogman says, Rock Gut Whiskey is the way to go. I'll pass on the Rock Gut Whiskey. I've never liked whiskey in my life. And everyone's saying hi to Sand Dollar. And Matt 1791 says, ask Reef how he knows about peeing. The Dogman says, I'm not pulling little Dogman out to pee in any below 0 temps. Hey, it's not that bad. You don't notice it, really. In Flat Tire, Billy Sutton, we average several days of 100 plus every summer. I absolutely hate it. Flat Tire Farm says 80 is too hot for me. Been in Wyoming at 120. Will never go back. Thought I was dying for reals. And AK Dog Mom, been in 15 degree weather in Arkansas. Plus the humidity. Yeah, the humidity is what gets you. Yeah, Dogman says, yes, Arkansas summers suck. I prefer winters now. Yeah. Ace says 100 degrees for days in Arkansas, low 90s. Lynn Thompson, 60 to 70 degrees here in northern Illinois at the Wisconsin borderline. But in the winter, we have gotten down to 30 below sometimes, 40 below in the winter. Usually we get 20 for sure at least one time. Wow, that's pretty cold there, Lynn Thompson. And Flat Tire Farm says at the Dogman, when you're in the man camp on the north slope and the loos can't be emptied for 3 days, you can't pee, dance forever. That is true, so you gotta pee outside. And Matt 1791 Garage said, my pap had his shot and a beer every day after his shift in the steel mill. Yeah, that was a popular thing for steel workers. And Lynn Thompson says, we do see 20 below a few times in the winter time this year. I believe that. And the Dogman says, I go to an old man camp now instead of just a regular man camp. And the Dogman says, been shopping for nursing homes with the best looking staff. I hear ya. I hear ya. Matt 1791 Garage, like I say, you always put on more layers, can only take off layers before no layers can left and you're still hot. That is true. And Flat Tire Farm says, at the Dog Man, you're the best. Need to look for who has the softest paper towels. Lynn Thompson, right now we're having a heat wave in February. I can't believe it. It's green grass and 40 degrees. It's like a heat wave. It's perfect weather. We do like it hot. And oh yeah, for everyone in here, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And also feel free to share any of my stuff on your social media. I would like to gain a lot more subscribers, and that way I can put out a lot better content. So please consider sharing my stuff on your social media and giving me a thumbs up and leaving comments. Thank you. And if you're going to buy anything off Amazon, go in the description of one of my videos and click on my Amazon affiliate link. I get a few pennies for everything you buy, and it doesn't cost you anything more, and it's anonymous. So consider using my Amazon affiliate link if you do decide to buy anything off Amazon. Thanks. The Dog Man, I did not need to hear about that. He says, summertime, I just lay around in my thong and half neat shirt, still hot. And I did not need that mental image of you. Sorry. And DJ's Adventures and Beyond, yeah, I can get out and do videos now that it's warming up here. I hear ya. And thank you, Crystal, for posting my Amazon affiliate link. The Dog Man says, you folks are prudes. Prudes, man. Come on. Yep, little 80s lingo. And Dog Man, if you see Mama V in the near future, Bobblehead, Drew, any of them, let them know I said hi. And I'm working on maybe getting back down there this year sometime later on in the year maybe. And Crystal just posted half net shirts right there, so if you're interested in any. Paper towels, thongs, or union suits. I know you see Bobblehead all the time, Dog Man. He says, I see all of them all the time. They won't leave me alone, man. Yeah, I know Jeff always is after you to get you to drive them around or help them do this or that. But that's what friends are for, and what building a community is all about. Yeah, Dog Man, that is true. When you own a big truck, you're popular. I know I'm popular. I own an excavator, and I'm one of the very few in this area that owns any type of equipment like that. So yes, I'm popular amongst my friends and neighbors. And PJ's Homestead and Adventure says, good night, Bill, at my Alaska. Great live. Good to see everyone. We've been catching up and watching your older videos. See you on the next one. Well, thank you very much, P&J's Homestead Adventures. I'm glad you're watching my older videos and getting caught up on everything. Thank you very much. It's appreciated. And everyone's saying goodnight to P&J. So, let's see here. Anything anyone wants? Anyone? Is there anything anyone wants to talk about or ask about? Oh yeah, the summer meetup. Totally forgot about it. We're having a Alaska YouTube meetup on July 13th. It's just a one-day meetup here in Alaska. It is on the north side of Wasilla, Alaska. And I'm sure Crystal will be posting the link to where it's at and everything. So if you're up here in Alaska on July 13th, please consider coming. If you want to know more information about it, contact myself or Crystal at Flat Tire Farms and we can get you more information about it. And Brook Trout One, how are you? Thank you for joining. And Brook Trout One says, just joining. Hello from Venice, Florida. Well, thank you for joining, Brook Trout. And the Dogman says, Bill, I'm out of here. Let me make a post for your channel on my community page and hope you get some subs out of it. Well, thank you very much, Dogman. You guys have been great to me down there. You, Bobblehead, Mama V, Drew and Lindsay, and White Rock have gone out of your way for me. So thank you guys all very much. And please pass that on to them next time you talk to them, Dogman. Everyone's saying good night to Dogman. And there, Crystal just posted the information. Second annual Alaska YouTube Creators Meetup, all day, July 13th. And it's going to be at 1205 North Kim Drive in Wasilla, Alaska. So if you're around, please consider stopping in. And for more information, email myself or Crystal at Flat Tire Farms. Our emails are in our video descriptions. And Billy Sutton says, good night, Dogman. It's been real. Laugh out loud. I'll be checking out your channel. And everyone's saying hi to Brook Trout. Hey, the Rambling Peach, thank you for joining. You're coming in at near the end, but thank you anyways for joining. Just for anyone who's new here or not sure when I go live every Thursday night at 5 p.m. Alaska time. That is 9 p.m. Eastern or 8 p.m. Central. So please mark your calendars for next week, and I hope to see you guys there. And Rambling Peach is here. There's Rambling Peach's link. So check her out. She's on a nice farm down in, I think, Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it actually Florida? I forget what state you're in. And Brook Trout One says, just watch the stove video, Flat Tire Farms. And Billy Sutton says, I'm looking forward to seeing the video of the meetup. Yeah, hopefully this year more people do videos of the meetup than just me. Or I just do a little clip. So hopefully we get more engagement this year. And there's the Dogman's channel link. And everyone's saying hi to the Rambling Peach. DJ Tenaru, thank you for joining. I don't know if you've been here long or just joining, but he says, love your channel, Bill. Thank you very much. And Brook Trout One says, I try to join these Alaska Lives, interesting conversations. Well, thank you very much. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And the Rambling Peach is in Georgia, that's right. I thought it was Georgia. And DJ's Adventures and Beyond, I'll be checking out all of your guys' channels. Well, thank you for that from all of us. I've been live for an hour and 11 minutes, so I think in a few minutes I'm going to end this. I'm getting a little tired on here talking for an hour straight, so. Crystal, did I forget anything? Is there anything else I should talk about? Merch will be coming. I know I've been saying that every week, but it will be coming here sometime in the next month or two. So look forward to that. Hey, Raised in Alaska, how are you? He says, the Susitna 100, did Iron Dog, are just 10 days away. Bill, are you going? I totally didn't know about it. If you still have my cell phone number, send me a text and we'll talk about it. I'd like to, I'm definitely going to go to the Iron Dog, but send me a text about the Susitna 100. And Raised in Alaska has a really unique channel. He does primarily two things. What does he do? Hunting type videos and also game camera hiking videos. He has a lot of game cameras out in various places around Anchorage in the valley here. And he posts videos and stuff about showing all the animals that come on his game cameras. So if you haven't checked out his channel, definitely check it out. And DJ Tenaru says, like button needs you. Yeah, definitely hit that like button. And Crystal posted the email address for the meetup. AlaskaContentCreators@gmail.com. So definitely hit us up and we'll give you more information. And A says, feeling like a chatterbox, Bill? I know how you feel. Yeah, kinda do. Hey everyone, I just subbed to your channels. I'm going to check them out. DJ's Adventures and Beyond. Well, thank you from all of us. Brook Trout 1 says, do any of you Alaskan ice fish? I miss ice fishing. I am planning on doing some ice fishing. Haven't gone out yet this year because by the time I came back from the holidays, it's just been too brutally cold. And I don't have any gear yet, but hopefully this weekend I solve part of that issue. I am going to run into Anchorage. So by the way, Raised in Alaska, if you're free this weekend, let me know. I think I'm going to come into Anchorage, or my plan as of right now is to come into Anchorage on Saturday and maybe buy some ice fishing gear. We could definitely meet up for drinks or for a burger or pizza or something. And DJ's Adventures and Beyond, or Crystal says, DJ's Adventures and Beyond, let me know if you want any one specific link and I'll post them for you real quick. Billy Sutton, well folks, I gotta go. Enjoyed it, and I'm already looking forward to the next one. Good night, everyone. Well, thank you very much, Billy Sutton. Have a good night. And DJ's Adventure says, I think I got everyone's. Thank you, Flat Tire Farm. And DJ's Adventure says, yeah, I don't have any gear either. And plus, car couldn't handle the cold weather. Yeah. And Raised in Alaska says, the Susitna 100 is a 100-mile race on back trails. It is a human foot, fat tire bike, and ski race that has to be completed in less than 48 hours. That would be interesting to go and see. Yeah, definitely shoot me a text if you remember, and we'll talk about it. I'd like to learn a little bit more about it. And good night, Billy Sutton. And DJ, are you leaving or are you saying goodnight to other people? And Raised in Alaska says, "Cool, Bill. I'm still making plans for the weekend." Yeah, it's not 100% guaranteed, but I am planning on coming in this weekend. So let me know if you're free. Maybe we can hook up and have a drink or grab a burger or something. Well, folks, it's 1 hour and 17 minutes I've been live. As a reminder, I go live at 5 p.m. Alaska time, 9 p.m. Eastern, or 8 p.m. Central. So I go live every Thursday at those times. So please consider joining me next week. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and look forward to several shorts I have coming out, and I just released even one today. So check it out if you haven't already done so. And everyone, have a good night and stay safe out there.